Hello, welcome back to Alephant. Alright, let's keep going. Last episode, we kind of didn't finish World 2. I'm not sure we're able to do it this episode, but hopefully we will. Let's keep going and we'll see. Oh, I never actually figured out what Greek letter this is. I still don't know, so see if I can just go look it up right now. That is... Oh, that is C. Xi. She? C? I don't know how the Greeks pronounced it. But yes, alright. Level new for now. Okay, so this normal looking level, which isn't all that normal looking, we need to get one of the glyphs to be down here. This is otherwise completely stuck. Or in one of the corners. Okay. I see that I probably then need... Sorry, this diagonal. Or even a vertical is fine, but I do need these things. Okay. Okay, let's see if I can pull this off. Don't really know about that. I want these to be facing upwards, right? Yeah, so I can do something like this. That seems interesting, but it gets stuff stuck. I suppose that is rather interesting. Okay. Maybe not, maybe somewhere else. I find this really interesting, but I don't think this is right at all. If I get this to be down here, but how do I do that? So I need the middle one to be free though. The middle one can be free, but it's pretty challenging for the middle one to be free. Okay. Let's see here. Oof, it's very hard to get to not accidentally hit that. Pushing here is maybe okay. I can't really be entirely sure though. Again, I don't think it's possible to have the two different the two different glyphs merge sorry, the two different vowels hit the same glyph at once. I don't think that's possible. I can get both of them up there. I really want the middle one to be free so I can just put something above it and push it down. Something like this, almost, but this one has to be in the middle. Or has to be pushed into the middle. Right now, I can only make a downward connection at the moment. I'm thinking of things that maybe are okay. How would I get something down here if it weren't in the middle? So like I want this, right? No, I want to be diagonal like this way. No, even then it will be stuck. Also, I want something like this, right? I want something like this. I want a pointing upright here in this spot. I don't actually know how I'd pull this thing down. How would I pull you down? I already do think it's just a vertical. It is just a vertical, but this vertical has to connect with the one all the way on the other side. Can't just connect the one next to it. Because then it can't pull, back into the middle. If putting back into the middle was an option, that might work. I guess this is somewhat interesting, but not too terribly interesting yet. I want to make these guys diagonal. There has to be something here or here that I can stand on. A glyph here or here I can stand on. Which is interesting. Okay. How about that? If I did this, I can put said glyph like here. That would require a glyph to be on this spot though, which is not very pleasant for me. I guess I can also do this. I do see you to be moved out of the way, which is very challenging at this point. Maybe for some obscure reason, this is a valid move. I can do this. That's interesting. That's really interesting. Whoa. Okay. That does look very interesting, but I don't really see how that's useful for me. Can't pull this down, ever. Still. So I think it might need to be more so a diagonal. But a diagonal doesn't work anymore, does it? Or does it? It might work. No. I want this diagonal. Ooh, hold on. Ooh, hold on. There you go. Very clean. I don't actually know the main idea of that puzzle though. I unfortunately don't really... I couldn't really identify what that main puzzle wanted me to do, because that's just some very tight maneuvering. So that's okay. Anyway, let's move on. This is she. Whichever. Alright, I need to move this here. And it looks like I can't change the direction of this at all. Because at no other point along this diagonal can I stand to redirect you in the right direction. So this is another one of those puzzles where I have to move things around without touching all of these alpha glyphs. The complete ones. This is a very interesting move. I can do that. To get this over here, I need this to be pushed up, I believe. Alright. So let's say can I stack them? I can stack two of these vertical things on top of each other and it kind of looks okay. It's a kind of a... no, not really. I want this vertical piece. Oh, sorry, this one with the valve faces down. I want it to come up here and do stuff. Okay. Let's see if I can do some shuffling. That's some shuffling. That's some okay shuffling, in fact. I do like that. I like this shuffling. Okay. I can see some good things happening here. Can push up. Can push over. Oh, that looks good. Ta-da! And this can go back down. There you go. Okay. Alright. That's a different type of level. Same as, I forgot which one. Was it Lambda that had that same idea? Yeah, it was the same idea as this. Just in a much more obvious premise, I guess. Alright, Omicron. One more probably really tough level before the end of before the final one. The end chapter. End chapter? End of the chapter. So I clearly can't get any of these guys. Yeah, it's sort of stuck. I mean, not really. I think I can push you out like this. I can already get you out, though. So I might need one of these guys to be down here to redirect you into position. Right now, this doesn't seem possible, though. I do know that this push is not valid. You get stuck. So you have to sort of redirect them first. For this guy. Ooh, but not straight down, apparently. I guess this diagonal actually looks fine. Ooh, no, it also gets stuck. What is a diagonal, or what is a thing that works? I sort of want this to happen, and then a connection. Probably if I go to face... Can never really get you to face in the right direction, like, regardless of how horizontal you actually look. It looks pretty much horizontal, but it's definitely wrong. It needs to be exactly horizontal. I can see only a couple feasible directions I can make these guys point in. They can either start pointing in the correct direction that they're in, which clearly fails. They can point downwards, or they can point down left. These are the only 3 actual directions they can point in, I think. I could form other directions with this, but those will get it stuck. I can't get it to point down right. But this doesn't really work, does it? No? Maybe 2 directions is fine. Yeah, you know what? Yes, 1 pointing down and 1 pointing diagonal can cause this fancy thing to happen. So there, return of that mechanic. Get things in now. I can... Oh, this is supposed to do something. That's interesting. I think that's going to work for us. There you go. Okay. So, turns out, I guess, at the very end, at this little thing down here is always where that fancy double vowel mechanic comes in. Sure. Okay, what does this look like? Is this the same? No. I could do this. I wonder why that's not up first. Alright, so if I go in a random order, I suppose this is definitely wrong. Ah, this can be changed in direction based on what I click first, so that is part of the puzzle as well. What I probably want to do is watch the cutscene again, see if there's anything we can obtain from that. I'm not gonna hold any heat to skip conversation. This way. This way, so... Ah, crap. Okay, hold on. Let's watch this again. I need to maybe write down some notes somewhere. We're gonna get my pen out. Alright, so what directions are we looking at? Down right. Left. Down right. Up left. Anything else? No? Wait, was that it? Wait a minute. Were there only 4 symbols there? I suppose if the 4 symbols... Down... Yeah. Down right. Left. Down right. Up left. And I believe that's it. That's it. Okay. Only 4 symbols. The last one really depends on what I'm supposed to try and do. But I know there are 3 down rights here. One left. So this has to be the one that's up left. That's very doable, right? Like this. Can I do it again and again? If I did this and I did that? No, okay, that's already activated. So here, then down right, then up left, then down right. No. Huh. Down right as the last is wrong? The down right is forced to be somewhere, right? Because the sequence went down right, left, down right, up left. Which means this technically was right. Maybe 2 down rights first before a left? No, wrong way. No. Huh. Something's very wrong here. I don't understand what difference is between... Yeah, there's an extra down right that just does nothing. They're all very stuck. They're all unpushable, except this guy. You can technically do this, but that's probably also wrong. There's an up left somewhere, and like the only up left that's possible is just this. Does it honestly matter? What? Maybe I read that wrong. Hold on, let's watch the cutscene one more time here. See if we can figure this out again. They go down right, left. Does it matter? Does it matter that you're facing... Does it matter that you guys turned around? Does it matter? Does it matter that... Do the ox heads... Maybe the ox heads are where the Alephs are? No, they all say the same thing. They all say the same thing. Here, you guys are saying different things. Like, you say that, and then you say that. But I don't entirely know what that means. Maybe it's flipped? Maybe because if you guys turn around, that flips it somehow? That's a stretch. But we can try that. So down right, left. Then now we do up left first, then 2 down rights. That's also wrong. Or was it the other way around? Oh, I guess no, it can't be the other way around, right? Where this up left is the, technically speaking, the down right? No, I don't think so. Does it matter which one of these 3 comes first? Maybe I have to... Ooh. Ah. Wait a minute. If I did this and then this... Interesting. Because I can change directions multiple times, I can input the same thing from the same one of you. Is that maybe a mistake? That looks okay. I just didn't click on the rest. You only gave me 4 symbols though. It's not possible to hit 5 symbols. You can hit more than 5 symbols if you have 5 symbols, but you can't hit less than 5 symbols. You have to hit all of them at least once. You can hit one of them more than once, but somehow... Aha, okay, maybe if there were not a directional change, they don't count. They do count, even though the directional change doesn't change the direction of anything. It is inputted. This counts as a directional change though. So no, I don't see... I don't see it. Seems really awkward. But this is right, right? This is left, this is left. If this is down right, then this has to be left. Then it's another down right. Not 2 downrights this time, is it? No, I don't get it. I don't get this one. There's no way we're only supposed to generate 4 symbols. That's not possible, from what I know. Just watching this cutscene again, I guess, but... Yeah, down left. Multiple of you say it. Left. Maybe 3 said, so I need to input it 3 times? Yeah, I could try that. Input left 3 times. That's fascinating. How would I input left 3 times? Well, I need to input down right 3 times. So let's do that first. Down right. I need to input left 3 times in a row? Okay, well I can put it here. I can't input left more than once, but okay. So what I can do is I can put this here first. If I did... If I did this, then you'd be facing that direction. I gotta do this so I can come out from here. So this keeps you in a line. There's actually another line here I can also use. But no, that changes your direction. This doesn't redirect you. What if I did this? That doesn't redirect you because it's the same direction. That is one. Okay, now we're kind of stuck though because... Yeah. Okay, so what if I did it the other way around where I entered through here first? Like so? No. Once this happens, it kind of has to be like the last thing that happens, right? Yeah, okay, I can see some things happening. For example, if this happens, I can enter here. Then I can change directions and leave. There's one. I can do this. That does it twice. That gives me 2. If I commit the third one, I think I'm done. Because yeah, I could almost have it occur 3 times. This is like an actual puzzle. But I can't reactivate you unless your direction changes. It's almost like I have to do this, and have your direction be pointing downwards. But you have to be pointing somewhere else first, right? This vertical thing looks very interesting to me. Like if I went here... This is just bad. If I went here, that looks maybe better. Yeah, because now I can go here. And then we can do the exact same things that we did. There you go. And then... Well, I just need to do this one. There you go. Yes, I can now leave through here because that will cause the direction change in the right direction. There you go. There it is. Nice. Oh, okay. Cool. Alright, that was a really clever one. Alright, Snake's World it is. Okay. New vowel. Chapter 3. Segor. Okay. Conversation. Ouch. Oh, aggression. Okay. Oof. What was that? Oh, what? You winked at me. You're running. Yeah, you're running. Are you attacking or are you just running? Okay, new symbol. That's the old Phoenician? A? What does this do? Whoa! That's what that movement was for. It transports you to the other one. Okay. Well, what if there were more than... Yeah, this is I think this is the older Phoenician alphabet. Let's just call this the second. I don't know. There's only 2 now. So this is not... Wait, what? It needs to be in the correct direction too, I see. There you go, and I can repeat. There you go. So, okay, 3 dots is the portal. 3 dots is the portal. This stamp-looking symbol. I'm almost certain it's a vowel of some kind. I can't really remember what vowel it is. I like the cursor now is at 3 dots. Can you see my cursor? Oh, we can. Oh, right. This is already... So this still changes direction, right? Hold on. Does this still change directions? It does, so yes. Stamps still change directions. I have to make it here. So I have to make it so that this is here? No. I have to make it so I can walk into here rightwards. I wonder what happens if you can... Okay, hold on. Okay, so yeah, I can form this thing. Now I can enter this rightwards. So where do I go if there are more than 2 alephs in the same direction? There. The next closest one? Okay. The next closest one, that's a failure. Okay. So I gotta either free you after that, or not have you be there. Because this I'm pretty sure you can only access from the left. This is bad, right? This gets you stuck. This is also bad. I can change the direction to be bad first. Maybe this is better. There it is. This doesn't get you stuck, and I can go this way. Nice. The achievement for getting that mechanic down is called Fluency, by the way. Oh wow, these are some symbols. These do look similar to the does it? This and this are very similar. This is like a gamma. So if we went all the way back here, you can definitely see... Oh, no you can't. Yes you can. Look at this. This B, this, and in fact the A somewhat. In fact our letter A as well. As well as all of these really. You can sort of see some semblances to the letters here. Like yeah, you can definitely see that. And you can see it a little more clearly here. Not here though, this B looks very different from our usual B. But you can see it looks very similar to a D, which is how we sort of have that similar looking... It's just 2 holes instead of 1. The C has always been this just small little line. This A is a... I don't know what this A is, but this A looked like an A. This delta led to a delta, which became the D sign. This is theta, right? It looks very similar. This would have been iota. This looks more like theta now. But I think this is not supposed to be theta. I don't remember what that one is. Well, it's fine. Okay, 3 portals. Portal there. Push. A push updates the position. Okay. I can just do that. So what if a failed push occurs? Does that actually count? A failed push does count as a movement. So that actually becomes irrelevant now. Failed pushes. Can I already enter this? I guess I can. I don't really want to look at it just yet. Yeah, this definitely looks like a letter E, just backwards. Which is how epsilon also looks like somewhat. So that's really cool. Okay, all these are already defined by at the start. This gets me in there. I can also get to the other one. This doesn't do anything. So I think I'm stuck at this point. I almost want to... Aha! I almost want to sort of push this up to get a failed push this way, right? Yeah, somewhat. This push gets me there. I think I'm stuck otherwise, though. Really? Yeah, I'm just stuck. What? Okay, well, I can always do this. That does get me in here. Now I'm stuck. Okay. This thing doesn't do anything right now. It changes directions of undefined vowels or unpaired vowels. I suppose this would work. This would get me stuck, but that would work to do something. I don't know what it will work for. This gets us just straight up stuck. That's just a failure. So, okay, what if I... Just kept pushing. Oh, right, I need to go back up for that. I guess this is valid. Why is that useful? What is going on here? I'm just not familiar with these portal mechanics right now. If you were a little further to the right, that would work. But how do I get you further to the right? A push right gets me stuck completely. Unless that is somehow not true. Is it possible to not get stuck here to get out? I don't see how. I can't wait, right? Yeah, no, this just fails. If that push inwards is like that's just a failure state. I think. A lot of these are failure states. No. This is also a failure state, right? It's 100% a failure state. Even if I somehow manage to get this symbol down here, which doesn't even look possible. That doesn't work. I can't get you in. Does this somehow help? Wait a minute, hold on. If I did this, does this actually work? It fails the first... No, it doesn't. It does work. What? Okay. Well, that's definitely something, but also gets us still stuck here. Oh, you know what? Okay, then I can save this by, I think, pushing you up. So this... I need to push you up in this column. That's how I get you freed. Oh, I didn't even know. It doesn't even have to be a failed push. There you go. Wow. Wait, do you see that? That was a double. Hold on. Let me demonstrate this again. That was a double teleportation into a win. Yeah, I cannot believe that works. So this teleports you down to here, which, because somehow that preserves your momentum, teleports you down to here. Wow. I guess teleporting also counts as a move. Maybe it's not a portal more than just a fast... it has to be a portal, right? There's a wall in the way. That's really interesting. Alright, let's try one more. This is the equivalent of the letter F, I believe? Oh, that's just straight up. Okay, I guess I just have to put... That doesn't really work. Also, the direction is wrong. Hold on. I have to teleport here without activating any of these guys. This has to be facing rightwards. Otherwise, yeah. Okay. Well, I just had to not touch this guy, to be fully honest. So this is a double portal, right? No, there's nothing here. I need to portal up to here. There needs to be a portal at the end. Okay, however I can push this out. That's useful. I want to say a diagonal? No. The portal has to be... The portal can't be behind that though, that just changes your direction, which is a failure. That doesn't work. The portal has to be on the right of this guy. Oh, even. And why is a portal here even useful? Okay, what if I blocked? Ooh, that looks very interesting to me. What if I blocked it? No, don't do that. How about here? Let's say I block this portal with something. That could be useful. It does. Very nice. Okay, there you go. I can get the still face right, and I think we're done. Wow. Okay. So as per usual, the main set of levels teaches us the mechanics, teaches us everything we need to know. About movements, about field pushes, about blocking, and the 8 levels here are the challenge levels. Were there 8 in the previous? I thought there were... No, there were 8 more challenge levels. There were less here, yeah, that's why I remember there being... Well, that's okay. We'll do these next episode, I think. I think we're done for now. I might have to do my research as to figure out what all these letters are pronounced. At the very end, I'll try and figure it out. I find it funny that this letter appears to be the equivalent of the letter pi in Greek. But I also do know that Greek misses out all of the English letters, and I don't remember which one is closer. The Phoenician? I think the Phoenician alphabet is somewhat closer. Is this even the Phoenician alphabet? I don't know, it looks like it to me. But maybe I'm wrong. That's okay, I'll do my research, I'll come back and maybe enlighten myself and you guys about it. Alright, yeah. So I think I'll be done for now. Next episode we'll continue on these levels. Yep, until then though, hope you guys have enjoyed this video. I'll see you guys next time. Bye bye.